Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening, depending of course in what part of the big wide world you happen to be in right now. I'm Julian and this is Doing English. In today's lesson I'm going to discuss another one of your questions. And today's question is, how to learn English faster? So this is something that I get asked about an awful lot, how to learn English faster. And actually the answer is a pretty simple one, but it's also one that I think people don't like so much. The answer is simply cut down the amount you have to learn. And that's the only way really. If you want to learn faster, you have to cut down and focus more. Put another way, it's kind of like a scale, I guess. If you have a lot of time, no, let's think of it the other way around. If you want to learn everything, you want to learn very, very general English that you can use in any kind of situation, in any kind of place, with any kind of people, you have a lot to learn. You have an awful lot to learn. So you're going to need a lot of time to learn that. However, if you start to cut this down, cut it down, cut it down, cut it down, cut it down, and work on something very, very, very focused, then you don't need so much time. General English conversation versus talking about the weather. Obviously, general English conversation, it's such an abstract kind of concept. There's, where do you start? What do you learn? There's just so much to do and there's so much to think about. Learning to talk about the weather, there's a very limited amount of vocabulary you need, a very limited amount of phrases you will use. You could learn to discuss the vocabulary, you could learn to discuss the weather very, very quickly and very, very easily. Another situation might be, for example, if you have to give sales presentations to sell your company's product. That is quite focused, because the kind of language you need, again, is quite limited. You're only going to need a certain amount of vocabulary and a certain amount of phrases and things like that. Maybe it's going to take a little longer than just talking about the weather, but again, it's a much more tight, focused goal than, say, learning business English. Again, business English, what is that? It's such a big, abstract concept. It's going to take time to learn business English because, there's just so much you have to learn. I mean, if you're going to use English in any kind of business situation, then you have to learn a lot. But if you focus that on just selling your product, you can learn it quite quickly. Of course, you probably have very focused things you need to do, but you also want to learn general English. I'm not going to talk about that in detail in this video because it's something that I teach in my course, two-step speaking. And basically the idea there is I teach you how to make a series of super focused goals and to then build that into a long-term learning plan so that you can get the kind of very broad, general kind of English for every situation. Piece of paper fell down, never mind. Relatively quickly. But the simple answer to the question, how to learn English faster, is focus. Cut down. The more you focus, the quicker you will be able to learn. I think that is about it for today's lesson. So, as always, if you have any questions about learning English and you have something you want me to talk about in one of these lessons in the future, just go down below this video and leave me a comment in the comments box. Of course, if you're new to Doing English, please subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of my future lessons. And if you liked this video, be sure to click the like button and to share it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Yeah, that is it for today. I will see you in the next lesson. By the way, I mentioned one of my courses, 2-Step Speaking. If you want to know more about that course and how you can join it, it's not a free course, it costs money, but if you want to know how you can join that course, go down below this video and click on the link and join the Doing English newsletter. And you will get information about 2-Step Speaking as well as my other courses, British Stories and some other stuff that I've been working on for a while. You can get information about that and those courses. It's all in the newsletter. So if you haven't joined the newsletter yet, do it right now. Go down below this video, click on the link and join the Doing English daily newsletter.